Welcome back to Tyranny.
Sorry.
Let's continue our siege on Stalwart. And into stealth with you. Slightly ahead with you.
I got it.
And I don't think attacking him will be do much. He seems heavily armored, so let's go for that one. Beast Woman, go for the back line. I will set him on fire. That guy to be specific. Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
This is useless. I should try something else.
Stop complaining. No, we don't have to rush just yet. Let us kill this one, then we will dash forward. As such.
Good work.
Splendid work, splendid. Go ahead then, barrage the fucker. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. And so on that guy, why not? Whoosh. Completely missed. And they all dead. Some loot? Yep. A shield? Good for you, Beric? Not really. Is it a spear or a javelin? It's a javelin. Is any good for me? Not really. The ranged attack is a little further than what I have, but it's missing a lot. Anything down here? Yep. Another chest plate and a locked chest that contains Jewel of Fortune. Oh. Critical deflection and hit precision. Yeah, we can take that. Believe little beast woman's gonna get that because she still hasn't had her second relic or trinket or whatever it's called. Let's go ahead and quick save and head into the keep itself. That's a lot of dead people. Why they're dead I don't know, because I'm pretty sure this favor didn't get to run up earlier. Dimitris. I've been waiting a long time to finish what we started, Regent. You sat with your cowardice and shame long enough, haven't you? He draws his weapon. If you beg me for death, I'll make it painless. If you want to see me on my knees, you'll have to prop up my corpse for the delight of your inbred cohorts. But don't speak to me of cowardice and bravery. But this favored needed Kairos Arcana to prevail in the end. I'm sure that an army of lice-bitten rats could have succeeded with those odds on their side. Like rats, or little scurrier, or fun to play, or fun to watch cubs play with, to rip shred and gnaw to bits. Did you have to bring that thing with you? Demetrius shakes his head and focuses back on the Regent. You took a legion hostage, and didn't have the nerve to meet us in the field of battle. Coward, Demetrius advances a step. I will earn Ashe's favor and bring him your head, and no one in Stalwart will weep for your demise. Something in the Regent demeanor shifts as he catches your eye. So the Fatebinder joins the fray. You must not like your odds if you brought so much backup. Your timing is impeccable, Fatebinder. He gestures to Herodin. Let's put down this sick dog together. I should have done the right thing and ended edict yourselves. No, let's... Sentinelstad will go to this favored for the glory of Ashe. Protects. Barry grabs his breast twice. Kairos elected to ravage his country, but I refuse to go down in the basement and surrender. He stands tall and squeezes his hands into a fist. I never asked for your surrender. Demetrius flashes a wide smile. You stake me for someone who cares about the lives of a few softened wretches. Big mistake, old man. Right, so let's do some big battle then. Looks like that guy is running here and she's out of stealth because annoying. No, let's go ahead and go for that one first because it's caught off out of. Well, it's caught out.
This is useless. I should try something else.
Felt nothing, sure.
This weapon is entirely worthless.
Let's go ahead and barrage down on them.
This is useless.
It roots them as well, I didn't think of that.
Ready?
Sure, or so keep that guy off me, please.
Fine. Just fine. I don't need that rip to scribe.
Whoosh. Just toss a heal on Barrick, please. Is he down already? He is. Right, Lantry, go ahead and get him back up.
This is useless. I should try something else.
And he's back up.
Weapon is entirely worthless.
Now down the final guy. Don't heal. I said don't. So rude. Why are you... Go to this... Oh, she's too fat. God damn it. Right, I don't think he'll survive long enough, but let's just dash him and rip him to shreds. Now then, Mr. Regent, let's end this edict, shall we? The Regent lies on the floor, on the ground, bloodied and defeated. He extends his good arm and drops his weapon. If only I had to breathe to spend... If only I had the breath to spend defying you, but I fear the fight has left me. What a moment to witness, the last of the stalwart offenders shattering under this favoured boot. Demetrius beams with pride and rears back to kick Herodin on the head, but stops himself. I'll give you the honour. Let's kill this wretch and put an end to the edict at last. One of Straya's soldiers moves between you and Herodin, tearing off his helmet. I won't let you do this. Amelia? Demetrius' weapon nearly falls from his hand as he salutes. I hardly recognize you. Why are you fighting with the Regent's personal god? What's the meaning of this? Before you get sentimentous about why I'm here, take a good hard look at what you've done. She takes a concerned inventory of Straya's injuries. I'm not the Northerner warlord I once was, she winces at the very thought. Sitting out the conflict made me see the conquest from a different perspective. She looks at you with a plea in her eyes. We were wrong. Kairos led us from the right path centuries ago. We marched south to finish Olo's work, but she squeezes her eyes shut. Don't you see that the tears are our last chance for us to make this right? Amelia, the Regent's voice softens. You didn't have to say anything further. Fighting for the Regent is treason. By whose definition of the word? Not yours, I'm sure. No, you and the rest of the Fatebinders are nothing but mouthpieces for Kairos law. A system you barely understand and my father kills to defend. My father, her voice catches and it takes a moment to find her word. I love my father, but it's nothing compared to the love I felt for the father of. Amelia, please be silent. Strategist looks to her with desperation. It's over, you understand? I'm dying. Save your strength for more important things. She's pregnant, isn't she? He turns to you with a resolved expression, and you know he's almost lost too much blood to maintain it. I am the last of the Regents. If you mean to end the Age of Storms, then I accept my fate. Too bad my orders didn't specify mercy. Before you can take action, you catch Amelia begin to raise a weapon from the corner of your eye. Amelia, stop. Stratus winches, hardly possessing the energy to argue. You have to keep your promise, remember? The focus determined the air about Amelia falls to resignation. She delivers a court nod and leaves the room, darting you a killing look on the way out. Why did we let her run off? I'm pretty sure she's a bad guy now. Well, we are the bad guy. You know what I mean. Amelia disappears into another room, unwilling to watch what you're about to unfold. Kill the Regent, Fatebinder. Let's put this shameful chapter on the conquest behind us, along with the Edict of Storms. He spares a final look at Straya's Herodin. You should be proud, Regent. In death you'll accomplish more than you ever did in life. You'll excuse me if I disagree, you northern pig. Stratus looks up at you with hope and pain in his eyes. And so falls the last enemy of Stalwart. The captain goes down with the ship, but you die a coward. You take up a fallen sword from the floor and drive through Stratus Herodin's heart, killing him instantly. Stratus' body falls to the ground and you watch the blood pool into the floor in silence. There is a feeling of anticipation in the air, but as the second passes, it never materializes into anything. The surge of arcane energy and sense of relief you experience in the Ascension Hall is missing. You hear the howl of the storm outside and realize that the edict ensures. Demetrius Forest is brewing confusion. The last of the Regent is dead, and yet Kairos the storm continues. What could we possibly have missed? Maybe the pregnant lady who had the upcoming Regent in her. From across the hall you hear a faint cry. A baby's cry. I realize I shouldn't dance on you.
Right. Have a look here.
Oh, let's loot that first. Oh. Go ahead and take all of that. What is it? Sigil of Volley, 7 AoE. Staggering Force. The green book disappeared. It's a library research, nobody cares. Allows the spell to interrupt. Actually increase the number of projectiles fired. Ooh. So if we make it distant, we can make it a flame volley, a fireball volley. Ooh. That is an interrupt. That one was reduced cooldown and that one was more damage. So let's go ahead and give that to Lantry. So he has an AoE now. Lovely. We could probably make another AoE of that spell. If he has the, what's it called, lore for it. He does. And more damage as well. What should we replace? Regular fireball? No, that's the AoE one I just made. Fireball. I don't even remember what these two are. Can I check? That's the piercing one, alright, so let's replace the middle one with the second AoE. Excellent. Right, let's go and kill the baby. Is that two of him? Blocking the doorway, Amelia regards you with eyes that brim with tears, yet blaze with hints of her father's grim resolve. She has armored herself in disfavored raiment to face you down. Stay away from my daughter, you will not have her. Oh no, oh by the Archon's mercy, don't let this be so. Barry covers his face and howls softly. Did you know this would prolong the edict? We suspected that the bloodline would implicate my baby in Karos' eyes, but I knew nothing for certain until this moment. She shakes her head. Don't ask me to interrupt their overly heartless design. I have no love for this edict, if that's what you're asking. It's torn a noble realm to pieces, fractured the pillar of the sculpture, and ruined countless lives. She releases a heavy sigh and hardens her intense gaze, but I have a responsibility to the people of Stalwart to preserve their heritage and leadership. My father and the other Archons destroyed this nation. She and I, Amelia glances back at the crib and quickly focuses back on you. We can help put it together. What a naive notion. I thought better of you, but this shows nothing but contempt for all the disfavored and confident sacrificed in the conquest. Demetrius shakes his head with disapproval. Your daughter is the Regent's heir. Now that you killed Star's heroine, she is. Amelia draws herself up and glares at you. She has nothing to do with Kairos or the edict. Yes, she does. She is the last Regent. You have no right to judge her on the basis of blood. How is this possible? My union with Star is the younger. Even in remembrance, Amelia doesn't shed her warlike resolve. He showed me kindness behind these walls and taught me about Stalwart and the Tears, the culture and heritage that made these people the pride of the realm. He died in the third year of the conquest. A disfavored spear pinned him to the ground he fought to defend, and he never rose again. The Regent remained in Sentinel stand for her protection. The edict was his responsibility to shoulder, not hers. She tips her head down in challenge. My daughter will not be another victim of Kairos' conquest. She has the blood of the North coursing through her veins, and no one has the right to take her life. The child must die to end the edict. Stand aside or share her fate. Heartless piece of shit, you will not touch my daughter. Amelia draws her weapon and lunges at you.
Send them at
She's gonna die. Ashe ain't gonna like that.
This is useless. I should try something else.
He definitely isn't gonna like this. Oh well. Should have followed that before raising a traitor kid. Let's just go ahead and taunt her as well. Pretty sure she gained a debuff from it. Maybe. And he just watches. Lazy fucker. She's already dead. Amelia lies in a pool of blood, whimpering and reaching for her daughter's crib when she falls still. From across the room you hear the babies redouble her cries. The lieutenant stares down at Amelia's body, his expression softer for a moment. A tragedy for us, for the North, for Ashe. He clears his throat and gestures to her crib. Better handle it then. Outside, the storm continues its assault upon the keep. Its unyielding howls cannot silence the cries from across the room, only one thing can. Let's loot her. Rust Charm. Armor penetration of attacks when inflicting crits. Meh. Not that good. Let's go ahead and open that first. Loot is important, just in games. And your pillow or a companion. I'm gonna kill it. It takes but a moment and then the deed is done. The ire of Regency of Stowart lies still in her crib.
Can someone confirm today's date? Nothing's worse than approximate birth and death dates in a pedigree diagram.
Even if beast woman wails and gnashes fangs over dead cub, am still tough. Will not die from pain. Am not grieving loss.
Horrible. And yet, it had to be done. This edict was a blemish on Ashe's record. We are better off without it.
Silence descends upon the hall. For a moment it seems as if the winds outside have halted their dance. A loud crash against the hall doors breaks the stillness. Outside the storm begins to whip about furiously, sending dust and a breeze into the chamber. And destroying my FPS. At first you think the force of arcane power dissipating is enough to carve the skin from your bones, a sensation you attribute to the Edict of Storms, but it cools just as quickly. Oh yeah. The winds buffeting the keep has abated. Outside an eerie silence pervades the air, a stillness that hasn't visited Starlight for a long time. You can hear the very symbols that brought the Edict of Storms into being. Each syllable proclaimed itself from a newfound corner of your mind. It would seem the Edict is now part of you. Part of me? Ah, you can hear the wind subsiding at long last. The Edict has passed, and soon we may even see the sky so stalwart. The death of the babe, a terrible thing, and yet we returned so much life to these beleaguered lands. I don't know if anyone can redeem this act, but the Legion may venture to try. Preserving other makes the disfavored right. Our deeds, our honor, that would be absoluting enough. The babe had the blood of the North, after all. She would have wanted that. The stalemate between the unbroken and disfavored is at an end, a victory that can't be measured in rings. Thank you, Fatebender. I'll remain at Sentinel Stand to secure this location and send word to Ashe of your excellent work. You have ended Kyrus' Edict of Storms. My power has increased. No, it hasn't. Did we loot him? A shield for... Oh, that's alright. You're gonna go ahead and use that. You're gonna go ahead and use the Fateful Promise. Indeed you are. Right, let's go ahead and return to Graven Ashe. With the good and probably bad news that his daughter is dead and a traitor. The keep is safe in our hands. Repairs are already underway. Our keep. Or the disfavored keep. Ashe will want to hear about what we accomplished here. I'll hand back and oversee repairs of the defenses. It looks so much more prettier now that there isn't a sandstorm covering everything. I'm gonna go and quick save. Who's that? He's just a random guy.
Can't do that.
Yes, you can. And map says that we missed something here.
Can't do that.
Where did we come in from? Oh yeah, the big open gate. Duh. Makes sense, doesn't it? Bye bye, Stalwart. It was fun raiding you. And now let us return to Ironhalf, which is there. 12 hours, quick enough. But before we speak to him, I believe we will go ahead and sell shit, because it's added up yet again. As it tends to do, looting everything. Well, if you loot everything, it has to go somewhere, and it's into the inventory of our pack mules, or beast of burden in Kills in Shadows. No, that's not that one, that's the one. Pleasure to see you, show me your wares. Sell, 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 everything's going away. I wonder what comes after the iron rings. Gold maybe? I wonder if we'll ever get to that, because that's pretty... What potion is that? Boring. Because getting to 100 iron rings will take some time. And do you have anything interesting for us? Not really. A lot of shit, but nothing interesting really. How many campings? It's not important, we can just find more. Let's go ahead and speak to Graven Ashe. I'm sure he'll be excited about how we killed his daughter and niece. No, not niece, granddaughter. Niece is something completely different. Hello, Ashe. The great keep of Sentinel Stand is ours. Oh, how I relish tearing down every vestige of the unbroken and burying the stand in the corrupt realm. This is a great victory for the disfavored. What's more, we are delivered from the Edict of Storms. My runners speak of you in glowing terms, though I instructed them specifically not to report on your deeds in too much detail. I wanted to hear it from no one but the source. I would know more about how it felt to stand in the center of the storm as the Overlord's magic dissolving around you. You must be weary from the travels. I am eager to hear your account, but I will understand if you still need to gather your thoughts. This is a joyous day, and I wouldn't spoil the impatience. I have claimed the mighty Ocean Spire. Another spire added to your arsenal. Impressive, but I question what you can do with 2, 3, 7, 8 spires at your command that you cannot do with 1. Be sure and clue me in once you figure it out, and I can only imagine that Tunon will be interesting as well, not to mention the voices of Narat. Like it or not, you have our attention, and we will be watching you. Let's go over my success. The seat of a regent and the tarnished gem of Stalwart. I've anticipated this, so tell me what you have to report. Stalwart Rodin is dead. That is gratifying to hear. The cowards spent too much crouched behind the walls of Sentinel Stand and deserved none of Kyros's mercy. The regent family was an inbred and corrupt line of failed rulers. We had neither the courage nor grit to lead their realm to prosperity. As we demonstrated, Stalwart is much improved by their absence. The Edict of Storms have ended, and I have breathed fresh air for the first time since I returned to Ironhalf. You managed to accomplish what my forces could not. More importantly, you have abated Kyros's anger for the time being. With the great stalemate of the conquest ended, surely you have earned the favor of Tunon and Kyros alike. Every deed you accomplish in the name of this favored proves our right to rule these lands. Ashe balls a fist and enthusiasm pumps in the air. How did it feel, Fatebinder? I have not had the distinction of breaking an edict, much less several. Glare silently. As tight-lipped as ever, I see. I won't press the matter, but you can be assured that your what the fuck is that word? Recalcitance is noted? Your actions of vengeance will have cost us all to expect more than you were ever prepared to shoulder as a legal clerk. Living up to our admittedly high expectations will do more than merely get you through this war. There are greater things to come once the dust settles. So, what are our next steps? Is there nothing else you wish to discuss? Nothing about my daughter? Ashe furrows his brow and looks at you with unspoken emotion. Let's talk about your dead daughter. My Amelia, I can no longer sense her presence, and have anticipated the worst since you returned from Sentinel Stand. As a general, I can be cautious, but only as a father can I know fear. Ashe clenches his hand into tight fist at his side. Say what you would, then. She breached the gap. She refined sedation by birthing them. She had a daughter with Stradius the Younger, the regent's son. What are you saying, Fatebinder? My Amelia is too noble to lay with the southern wretch, much less willingly bear the polluted offspring. No, this is on fabrication. I joke at my expense. I cannot. Ashe squeezes his eyes shut and shakes his head vigorously. No, the very idea repulses me beyond all measure. And you, Fatebinder, I burst down at you with madness in his eyes. If you bring slander and atrocity to this fort, then I will instruct to not strike your head from the lawful neck. Do you hear me? He bellows with such force that spittle wets his bread, and the cohorts of the training yard turns with panic in their eyes. Ashe cuts off his beak and holds his rigid posture. Throughout the prolonged silence, you aren't sure if he plans to swing his mace in a wide arc or simply exploding from the tension he fights to repress. A vein rises along the crest of his scalp and slowly recedes as Ashe calms his breathing. Speak no more of these lies. I won't have them poisoning the air of Ironhalf and the ears, my fellow countrymen. You're a fool if you think I'd believe such an obvious ruse. Ashe regards you with uncertainty, his eyes searching for truth or contradiction. I was forced to kill her. You did what? I was prepared for you to jest or evasion, but I hear none of it in your voice. I had felt a disruption in my daughter's bond to have fallen by your hand. The Archon's fist squeezes so hard you can hear his gauntlet buckle under the strain. Shatterer of houses and defiler of families. Only by the will of Kairos would you leave this fortress with your life. I will break you in ways unimaginable by even the voices of Nerat. What I inflict will redefine the boundaries of cruelty. Her baby will need to die to end the edict. I had no choice. So, you pretend that you severed my bloodline in the name of duty? If you don't know the meaning of restraint or of responsibility, then you have no business associating with my desecrated legion. Would that I had simply drowned you upon my roll at Epsic Valley and spared that my grief. What am I to do with you, Fatebinder? Or should I call you the sower of atrocities? I will be within my rights to end your life here and now, but losing the favor of Tunon might prove a crippling setback by the war. In all my centuries I have never stood in such an impasse. You have forgotten this is war, and Amelia was one casualty out of thousands. Do not use this conflict against me, or pretend you know more of it than I do. I am the Archon of war, and you are nothing. But, in spite of myself, I concede your point. This war has claimed many of my best already, and no doubt more of them will fall in time. Ashe bows his head in sorrow. She will be given all the proper rights that an orphan soldier deserves. Nothing more or less. My daughter is dead, and this is no wound that time could heal. Take this lesson if nothing else, Fatebinder. An Archon's lifespan is a burden and curse beyond all mortal reckoning. Family, country, loyalty, the things that truly matter, that are made to last, they too will crumble and die in the course. A haunted expression overtakes the Archon, and the lines running down his face deepen with sorrow. It takes him several moments to blink again and shake himself to his senses. First things first, my soldiers report on your activity in Bladegrave. They saw what happened when you broke the Edict of Storm. The power of the edict flowed through you like the wind. No one could account for it. But I have no suspicion. You are becoming powerful. Perhaps in ways I don't even understand. I can't explain it, but when I break edicts or access spires, I feel stronger. These are tools beyond the ken of people or Archons alike. Take care that you don't overstep your bounds. In Kairos' hierarchy, someone always notices. With that out of the way, let us return to the matter of the war. Our position in the tiers is strengthening by the day, but there is work to be done. It's time to broaden our scope in the war. There are two regions of interest, and either of them would strengthen our hold on the realm. Leafen's Crossing is home to the merchants and the skilled forge-bound artisans. The Burning Library was home to the all-knowing sages before Kairos' reduction into cinders. I will head to Leafen's Crossing. Since you were kind enough to leave Leafen's Crossing in the hands of my legion after your stint in governor, I think you should find the settlement most accommodating. The forge-bound are critical to keeping Kairos' forces armed, and we should work to shield them from the trials of this war. A forge-bound master is making her way to Leafen's Crossing right now. Her name is Dienya. It would be best to intercept her first. If we recognize the value of her and her fellow artisans, then others will inevitably arrive at the same conclusion. An elder lives in one of the settlement's meager hovels. Eldian, they call him. He may know more about this region. What is it you require? Farewell. Right. I thought I was going to fight him for a moment. We probably could if we picked a different, what's it called, dialogue. What quests do we have now? You can continue to... yeah, we already killed that guy. Ooh, we're getting evidence against Craven Ashe. I don't like that. Travel to that different village and access the spires. Alright. I thought we were going to visit Tudon or something again, but it looks like we will return to Leafen's Crossing again. See what happens this time. We already got the spire there, so it shouldn't be too much to do, I think. Of course I say that we have shit ton of areas that's discovered here and we got barely any around here. We did get a new area pop up earlier. I didn't see what it was called, but I saw that some area became new. Either way, should we be going to Cato Village or directly to the town? Wait, weren't we supposed to meet up somewhere? The foremost currently Leafen's... no. You kill a Bronze Garden Bridge, you can yeah, we're supposed to go directly there. Alright, let's go there then. To Leafen's Crossing. Off we go. Back in Leafen's Crossing, and these are some new guys. Yes, you can. As you approach the entrance of Leafen's Crossing, you see two figures talking intently with each other. The woman points north as she talks. I don't know if you can afford to stay here. The region is too unstable and our business is suffering because of it. And if I have to pay one more toll or hand over more guard money, I won't have two rings to rub together. But where will we go? There isn't a single place in the tiers that's safe. But we could go to Central Stand. Rumors is the storm stairs have died down. How about... do stop speaking when she sees you. Fatebinder, you grace us with presence. She bows and smacks her assistant on the back of her head. For a moment, the young man bows too. What seems to be the issue? Other than my desire to leave this town before its leader causes it to collapse on itself? Well, Fatebinder, I'm not one to speak ill of Kairos' men, but the disfavored currently control Leafen's Crossing, and I'm not sure they're entirely qualified for the job. We keep a very stern watch over everything. No one I know is happy about having them around. Now, I wouldn't normally say it, but I'd wager my last ring that Scarlet Chorus might even be better. Oh, you should not have said that. If you're certain you need to deal with them, the current disfavored leader in town suggests is Vintara. She leans in, lowering her voice. However, if you need to speak to someone, I suggest you find Eldian. He's the true leader of this town, fair, knowledgeable, and very level-headed. She points to the east, beyond the river flowing through town. Both of them can be found over there. Vintara likes being outside, so he can make control of everything that's happening. Eldian is probably in his house, near where Vintara stomping around. Thank you for your time. My pleasure, Fatebinder. Good luck in the endeavors, and may you always have a ring within reach. Yeah, I have plenty of rings. Visit the forge. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we had that guy give up his shit to other people. No, this is the wrong. We're supposed to go up over here. And run all the way around. Let's just go ahead and fast forward. It's easier that way. In here, I think it is. Is that? No, that's completely wrong. Back out. Next house then should be here, I am guessing. This is the place, yes. Master, the Fatebinder is here. Senya turns and approaches you, her life body moving fluidly as she walks. She stops before you, her stance solid and sure, but you see she is standing lightly on her feet, ready to move if necessary. She never takes her eye off you, but you know she is acutely aware of her surrounding. Fatebinder, may the fires of your forge never cool. She salutes you. I had hoped our paths would cross. Words have reached my ears of your hand in removing the Edict of Storms from Sentinel Stand Keep. She nods you with a small salute. That was no small feat. I would ask how you did it, but I'm sure you have more important things to talk about. In my years leading the Forge Bound, I have never heard of a Fatebinder accomplishing something of such significance. It is an honor to meet someone of such distinguishable feat. What can this servant of the flame do for you? Why have you come here? What an odd question, Fatebinder. When you showed up in the forge, I thought you had sent to check up on me, as my mission came directly from Tunon. Shouldn't you already know? I was tasked with creating an artifact to protect the four bound from the Bane. We have been delaying Taftar and lost many of our own, so it's clear that something must be done. I created the Mage Bell helm to help the Bane at bay. Once the helm is in place, its magic will keep the Bane locked away inside the old wall. I was sent to ensure the Forge can continue making weapons. When you're in luck, once the helmet has been placed, the interruptions caused by the Bane will be no more, and the Forge can truly return to their work. I was sent to ensure all is well, everything is in order here. I'll take my leave. As you wish, Fatebinder, I'm just on my way to place the helmet. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to join us. The settlers have created a spot on the 3rd tier. I'll meet you there. Very well, we'll go there after then and see what fucks up, so we'll have to fight and do something probably. That's the way it usually goes. The sunburnt man dips his head in greeting. An outsider never arrives alone. At least that is what my mother always said, since she knew she was talking about. He nods thoughtfully at his own words. I'm Eldian, welcome to Leafen's Crossing. Well, Venetian Tunon's Fatebinder. Welcome back to the crossing. Have you seen around here since you put the disfavored in charge of everything? Eldian looks you over. Must say my memory seems to be failing. Something I never thought I'd say. He winks. The way people talk about how you came through and drove the Brotherhood out of time. You should be 10 feet tall and shoot lightning from your eyes. I seem to remember you being a little more human. Can't always tell the content from pile crusted bow, can you? Thankfully, the disfavored haven't been too bad. At least you didn't choose the Scarlet Chorus to be our overlords. But enough of my prattling. You didn't come here for a history lesson or to get my opinion of your grandeur. He waves his hands dismissively at your previous comment. What can I do, this old fool? Can I ask some questions? If you have questions about settlement, I'm the one to ask. I'm the dubious distinction of being the oldest living resident of Leafen's Crossing. So I've been here for a lot of history. He smiles. Eyes, hips, hair, and hearing might be failing, but mind still remembers everything that happened here. What would you like to know about? On my way in, I ran into some merchants. Why are they leaving? If I were to be honest, Fatebinder, I'm surprised more people haven't left. Not just the merchants. The current tension in town between the Brotherhood and Kyrus' forces is making Leafen's Crossing a very dangerous place to live. But life outside is even worse, so where could he go? At least the merchants can take their livelihood with them. With his favor to keep everything under tight control with incredible discipline. Everyone is expected to follow the rules to the letter, and the punishment melted or out harsh. Not really the best environment for a settler, but the Forgebound thrive on it, and the disfavored only really care about that. Well, I don't really care about the others. I don't have other questions. I'll be on my way. Of course, must go to the Spire to make sure everything's ready. I'll meet you there when Sedia is ready to place the artifacts. I'm surprised nobody else has talked about our little beast woman. Only one person mentioned it. Anyway, I will go ahead and call this episode right here, and in the next one we'll go to observe Senya place the Mage Bane helm. And probably all shit will break loose and we'll have to fight something. That will happen then. Bye bye.